I found this majestic piece of paradise out in the country and I thought to build my dream dome. I don't think I actually expected to finish it, but I just kept dreaming and visualizing and going through the motions step by step. I mean, if I thought about the whole project in its entirety, I would be completely overwhelmed. I just focused on one step at a time, and then eventually there were no more steps to complete. I don't know which was more stressful, trying to get the permits or the funding, or the carpenters. Everybody wants to be a finish guy. I did find two really qualified finish guys that really did a beautiful job. My project was way too intimidating and way too out of the box for any contractor to want to commit. So I decided to be my own contractor. I went to the Monolithic Institute in Italy, Texas, and I took their building class. It was really fantastic. I highly recommend it to anybody who wants to build a dome. It took about 18 months to get my permits, and it took about 28 months to get funding. I really had to struggle with the heavy equipment because that does take a little bit of experience. The search for carpenters was throughout the whole project. I think it took just over 14 months from inflation to certificate of occupancy. Probably with footings, 14 months, 15 months. We had a lot of downtime and a flood. We had a flood. Booted me out of my tent in the middle of the night. It wasn't fun. When I would call potential contractors or carpenters on the phone and explain my job and what I was looking for, hey, I have this big balloon. I attached it to my foundation and I inflated it. Now I'm going to go on the inside and I need some foam sprayed. Can you do that, polyurethane foam? Once you do that, I'm going to hang rebar. And after that, I'm going to spray concrete. And then I'll cut out the doors and windows and put in a floor and build a house. And I would usually get one of two responses. Oh honey, that's not going to work, and let me tell you why. That's when I couldn't wait to hang up the phone. Or they'd want to be part of the job because I was just so smart and how fascinating, how different. But then when they would show up at the job, I was kindly asked to step aside and my opinion meant nothing. My air fans ran for 13 weeks. Oh, my poor neighbors had to listen to me invade their privacy. I wish I could buy all of my neighbors a new car. Male ego was definitely my biggest expense. For example, one of my concrete sprayers. I explained, I begged him to listen to what I had to say. But he insisted he knew concrete, and he insisted he knew what he was doing. But I insisted that I know domes, and I trump. But by then it was too late, and the whole entire top of the dome collapsed, almost causing complete dome failure. I just wasn't insured for that. Well, last minute planning changes left me with a 2-bedroom, 3-bath dome rather than a 3-bedroom, 4-bath dome. I just didn't tell my lender this. Green Harvest circled my property every week. I'm sure they were wondering how a vacant piece of land could have $1,000 a month in electric bills. I'm sure they were wondering what I was growing. It was a rough experience, living in an 8x10 tent for a year with 3 dogs, 2 cats, and a spider. It was only supposed to be for a few months. But it's done, and my dream that turned nightmare became a dream again. And I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it's over, but I'm glad I did it. When I do it again, I will do it even better.